We are so excited to finally be able to welcome you to our 14th annual Distinguished Alumni Dinner. And I have to say to our class of 2020, and you heard me right, it is officially our class of 2020 Distinguished Alumni. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us while we had sent the invitations out, we had recognized you guys, and then all of a sudden everything changed. And we have been kind of dragging you along now for 2 years, but so thankful for the opportunity to be here in person today to celebrate you guys. So thank you for your patience, and we're excited to finally be able to recognize you tonight. Whoops. Get back to the program here. Sorry about that. Okay, so before we get started, I would like to recognize some of our distinguished alumni from previous classes who are joining us this evening. And if you would please, when I call your name, stand and then remain standing for a round of applause after everyone has been called. We have Pam Allen, class of 2008. Joyce Staples, class of 2008. Willie Martin, class of 2014. Bob Vogler, class of 2019, Ralph Lawson, class of 2012, Barry Helmstetler, class of 2008, and Jan Turner, class of 2017. Thank you all so much for being here tonight to help us celebrate our newest class of distinguished alumni. I'd also like to take just a minute to thank our foundation and college board members who are here this evening. If you would stand up and be recognized as well, we really appreciate all that you do to give back to both the college and the foundation. So if you would, please stand. I know nobody really wants to, but thank you for indulging me. And then one last time, and then I'll leave everyone else alone, but I would ask that our college faculty and staff stand and be recognized as well. With, of course, a very, very special thank you to Letitia Pulliam, who does all of the hard work to pull all this together, works closely with all the alumni to get all the information and the pictures together. We could not do any of this without her, so she deserves definitely the biggest round of applause. Thank you, Letitia. So at this time, I would like to introduce, we will have two speakers tonight who will be going through our list of alumni, Joyce Staples and Pam Allen. Again, both distinguished alumni, class of 2008. Pam also serves on the foundation board. Joyce is a faculty member and also former foundation board member. So very pleased to have you all here tonight, and thank you so much for being part of this program with us. So at this time, I'd like to call up Joyce and Pam.
Good evening. Before we begin our awards presentation this evening, I would like to ask Patrick and Henry Community College President, Dr. Greg Hodges, and P&HCC Foundation Executive Director, Tiffany Underwood, to stand over there. All right. So they already received their instructions. Alums. We would like to ask each of you to stand and remain at your table as your name is called and your biography is shared. We will then ask you to come forward and remain in the front next to us after you receive your award for a photo. You can then return to your table with your group, but please do not leave, as we will make group photos at the conclusion of the program, and you know you want those pictures for social media later. That's not in the script, but. Our first honoree is Jennifer Ashworth, who earned her associate degree from P&HCC in Business Administration in 1991. She currently serves as the clerk of Circuit Court in Henry County. A graduate of Bassett High School, She was previously employed as a deputy clerk with the Henry County Circuit Court until she was elected to her current position in 2016. Jennifer attended the National Center for State Courts and earned the educational certification of Certified Court Manager. She was awarded the credential and professional title of Master Circuit Court Clerk in 2019. Jennifer is a member of the Virginia Court Clerks Association and the Supreme Court of Virginia Circuit Court Forms Committee. She has also served on the United Way Community Investment Review Panel and as a children's leader and pastor in her church. Jennifer has fond memories of Professors Linda Gale and Toby Deal, and she also took a few criminal justice courses when the program started to develop. She was working at the courthouse in 1989, so in the process of planning a wedding, she was also working and going to school full-time. Jennifer is certain she and her husband were the only married couple graduating together in 1991. Jennifer, we are honored to have you in our P&HCC family. Please join us at the podium.
You can use that because I wrote it on mine. Did you do anything? Where do I start? Let me just, I'm going to follow along with you. And I can go. 10. Page 10. Because I inserted some comments. Page 10.
Our next honoree, Anne Blankenship, graduated with her associate degree in nursing from P&HCC in 1986. She continued her education at Virginia Tech and the University of Virginia at Wise to obtain her teaching license. Anne is a career and technical education teacher at Bassett High School. A graduate of Patrick County High School, she began her registered nursing career at R.J. Reynolds Patrick County Memorial Hospital, and then went to work at Memorial Hospital of Martinsville in Henry County in the Labor and Delivery Unit, and also served as a clinical instructor for the Henry County Public Schools Licensed Practical Nursing Program. She became the Director of Nursing Services at Beverly Health Care before beginning her teaching career with Henry County Public Schools in 2006. And is also the Health Occupation Students of America, HOSA, advisor at Bassett High School and a senior class sponsor. She has received numerous faculty excellence awards and has been recognized by students as their most influential teacher. Anne is an active volunteer in the community at blood drives, Oktoberfest, and Eastman for Employee Appreciation Days. Anne formed a strong bond with her professors in the nursing department. Although she found the weeding out of those not committed to the program to be tough and no joke, they were one big family once everyone settled in. Jan Humgard was very supportive, and any student who at Beverly Ashbrook will never forget her cardiac unit that almost gave Anne a heart attack. Sue Carol Carr was a rock for her, and Kathy Whitley's actions and words made a huge impact on her life and career. After a stressful incident in the delivery room, Kathy's patience and counseling taught Anne so many lessons that she continues to use today in her roles as a nurse and educator. Anne, we are proud of your continuing dedication to your students. Please join us at the podium. Good job. Good job. Crystal Booth earned her associate degree in science from P&HCC in 1996. She continued her education, earning a Bachelor of Science degree in biology in 1998 from Old Dominion University and a Master of Science degree in microbiology at North Carolina State University in 2008. Crystal currently serves as the Senior Technical Director and Microbiologist at P&HCC Biotech. A graduate of Philadelphia Collinsville High School, where she had somebody in the 9th grade for English. She began her career in microbiology as a laboratory coordinator at Mallinckrodt Medical before becoming a senior microbiologist at IDEX Pharmaceuticals. Crystal became manager of ISI Incorporated and then the microbiology laboratory manager at Covidon before employment as the associate director at Novartis Vaccines and Diagnostics. After a brief period of self-employment as an independent microbiology consultant, she was a senior quality assurance director at Avista Pharma Solutions before moving into her current position. Crystal has been a speaker and guest lecturer for multiple organizations and industry events and is an award-winning technical writer. She has been a guest lecturer at North Carolina State University and is the current president at Parenteral Drug Association Southeast Chapter. She recently received certifications from the American Society of Quality as a certified quality engineer and the Project Management Institute as a project management professional. Crystal is also the award-winning PDA Author of the Year for writing the book Method Development and Validation for the Pharmaceutical Microbiologist, published by DHI Publishing, LLC in 2017. In her free time, she volunteers and donates to various organizations when possible, including Habitat for Humanity, the Alzheimer's Association, Susan B. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation, National Alliance on Mental Illness, American Red Cross, Goodwill, and Salvation Army. In addition, she frequently donates blood and trains in first aid and CPR. Crystal recalls a liberating feeling of buying her first car while she worked as a waitress and driving herself to college every day. She enjoyed the feeling of finally understanding and learning to love math with Milt Davis. Crystal took all the math and calculus classes she could and was so honored when Mr. Davis asked her to proctor an exam for him. She fell in love with psychology and biology, and Mr. Starr made chemistry delightful and easy to understand. Crystal was a tutor in chemistry, calculus, and Spanish while enrolled at the college. Sharing her knowledge is something she still enjoys doing, as she loves teaching webinars, writing articles, conducting trainings, and speaking at conferences. Crystal served as secretary of Phi Theta Kappa chapter and made the National Dean's List in Who's Who of American Junior College. She was honored to be chosen as the 1996 Female Student of the Year. Upon graduation, Crystal moved 5 hours away to attend Old Dominion University without knowing a single soul. Crystal, I am especially proud of you. We are thrilled you found your passion at P&HCC. Please join us at the podium.
You Our next honoree, Mark Gilbert, graduated from P&HCC in 1996 and earned his associate degree in administration of justice. Mark currently serves as a lieutenant with the Carilion Eastern District Police and Security. A graduate of Martinsville High School, he began his law enforcement career after graduating from the New River Criminal Justice Academy as a certified law enforcement officer and a certified correctional officer in 1990. Mark served with the Henry County Sheriff's Office before working at the Martinsville Police Department for 25 years, retiring in 2016. He was a criminal investigator, patrol officer, animal control officer, patrol corporal, and lieutenant and emergency response team member. He was also a training coordinator with the Piedmont Criminal Justice Academy, a legal consultant and instructor with the McGuire Consulting, and a contract instructor and curriculum developer with the Virginia Community Policing Institute. He holds multiple law enforcement certifications and was a licensed polygraph operator. Mark was awarded as the Martinsville Police Department Exchange Club Officer of the Year, Crime Stoppers Law Enforcement Officer of the Year, Instructor of the Year at the Piedmont Criminal Justice Academy, and Instructor of the Year for the Virginia Community Policing Institute. He served as president of the Martinsville High School Band Boosters and on the After Prom Committee on which we served together. Mark also took many wonderful photos of the band that were very much appreciated by the band members and the parents at the school in order to keep those memories alive. Mark was founder of the Cops, Kids, and Clothes, a ministry for underserved students in Martinsville and Henry County schools with basic needs items such as food, hygiene products, backpacks, bids, and clothes. Mark remembers the two professors who had a large influence on him as a student. Dave Eichner taught accounting and business classes. They became friends after those classes, and he was always a kind and giving person to Mark. Ann Gardner's public speaking class was the most worthwhile course he has ever taken. What he learned has never left him and became the catalyst of Mark's teaching career in law enforcement. Mark, you are an incredible asset to our community. Please join us at the podium. Daniel Hennis Sr. earned his associate degree in business management from P&HCC in 1973. Dan retired from G4S Security Solutions, Inc. as a security officer. A graduate of Drew Mason High School, he has worked as a marketing and operations manager at J.C. Wooldridge, Inc., a warehouse manager at Zenith Logistics, a site manager at TransPro Logistics, Inc., and a site and sales manager at Bestwood Products. Dan was a member of the Virginia Truckers Association. He is a life member of the Virginia Jaycees and a senator in the Jaycees International Organization. He was in the Martinsville Jaycees for 2 decades and served as president and was the original Oktoberfest chairman. He has also worked with the United Way as a section co-chair. He is a life member and past chair for Christmas Cheer. Other community involvement includes the Chamber of Commerce, Blue Ridge Human Resources Association, and the Retail Merchants Association. After spending 2 years at Virginia Tech and its massive campus, Dan enrolled at P&HCC at its 2 buildings. There was the library and the main building, which housed the classrooms, administrative offices, and a small snack bar. The professors who made the largest impact on him were Paul Hayes and Milt Davis, who were instrumental in teaching Dan the fundamentals of business management. Other professors who helped greatly were Dr. David Glendy and Mrs. Linda Fretwell Gale, who was the sponsor of the Future Business Leaders of America Club, in which he was active. Just before his graduation, Dan received a note from Dr. Glendy asking him to stop by his office. Since he was the only business management student to graduate in June, he was given 8 requests for interviews from various businesses. While at Virginia Tech, Dan was on the quarter system, so many of his courses transferred to PH. He graduated with 9 nurses at the First Baptist Church in Martinsville, and he received his diploma first. Dan, thank you for your many years of community involvement. Please join us at the podium. Our next honoree, Gary Hollingsworth, graduated from PHC of UVA, that's the Patrick Henry College of UVA, in 1970 with a certificate in general studies. He continued his education at Roanoke College, where he earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in history in 1973 and a Master of Business Administration degree from Averett College in 1992. Gary retired as an industrial manager with Smurfit Stone Container Corporation and retired as a minister from Rocky Mount Church of Christ. A graduate of Bassett High School, he worked as an assistant ranger with the Corps of Engineers at Philpott Dam, the personnel and purchasing manager at Bassett Fiberboard Plant, and started as a planning director at Smurfit Stone Container Corporation before advancing to the plant manager and area operations manager, and retiring in 2010. Gary served as an interim minister at Collinsville Church of Christ before becoming the minister at Rocky Mount Church of Christ. He was a regular contributor to the Franklin County News Post religious section during his pastoral years in Rocky Mount. Gary has been a writer for the World Evangelistic and Power for Today. He served in the 70s with the Virginia Army National Guard as a field artillery specialist for 6 years. Gary is a member and officer with the Martinsville and Henry County Crime Stoppers and organized blood drives and Relay for Life events. He has been a member of the Sons of the American Revolution, Colonel George Waller chapter since 2007, and currently serves as the chaplain. He also volunteers with the Bassett Historical Center. Gary was on the honor committee at Patrick Henry College of UVA in 1969. He and his wife went to grade school and high school together at Bassett and began dating and later married while attending the college. They would have to stop each day and put in $2 worth of gas and 50 cents worth of oil, and if they had money left over, they would buy lunch. Faculty members Gary was fond of were Dr. Ruby Mitchell, assistant professor of Spanish, and Mrs. Jeannie Nonstrand, who was the assistant professor of English. He attended for 3 years while working part-time before transferring to Roanoke College. Gary, you truly embody once a patriot, always a patriot. Please join us at the podium.
Robert Lovell. Here he is. Robert Lovell completed credits toward an associate degree in general studies in 1979. He then continued his education earning a Bachelor of Science degree from Radford University in Political Science in 1982. Rob is a social studies teacher and varsity girls basketball coach at Turner Ashby High School in Bridgewater. A graduate of George Washington Carver High School, he began his teaching and coaching career at Bassett Middle School before working as a middle school social studies teacher and coach at Maumee Valley Country Day School. Rob was a high school social studies teacher and coach at Page County High School before starting at Turner Ashby High School in 1992. He has received the Daughters of the American Revolution United States History Teacher of the Year Award. As the varsity girls basketball coach, Rob became an all-time leader in coaching wins in any sport at Turner Ashby High School and was one of only 8 nominees for the National Coach of the Year award given by the National Association of High School Athletics in 2010. The team reached a 400-win milestone in 2015 and won the program's 3rd state championship. His current career wins total stands at 496. Rob serves on the Virginia High School Coaches Association Legislative Committee and the All-Star Selection Committee. He plays in Standing Room Only, a local Harrisonburg band which started in 2001. The band has played at numerous charity events, wedding receptions, holiday parties, and community festivals. Rob is an active member of his church and in the Kingdom Kids, a program offered to small children during the worship services as well as in the church praise band. He had many excellent instructors at the college, because we know all of the instructors at the college are excellent. But the ones that stood out for him were Ray Tillery, John Buck, Linda Clark, Ann Gardner, and Whitey Pitts. Mr. Tillery encouraged him to join the volleyball club, and he met many people who he wouldn't have otherwise had met. Mr. Buck and Mr. Pitts provided a solid foundation in their classes and influenced him to pursue his bachelor's degree in political science. Rob took Mrs. Clark's beginner guitar class and has been trying to master the guitar ever since. He appreciated her patience and humor with a student who had no idea what he was doing. Rob thoroughly enjoyed Mrs. Gardner's theater classes and even played the role of Joe Ferrone in the P&HCC production of Up the Down Staircase. Her help in overcoming his fear of public speaking has been invaluable in many aspects of his career. Outside of class, Rob enjoyed participating in several intramural sports where he met others who have remained friends to this day. Rob, we are so proud of your wins on the basketball court and in the classroom. Please join us at the podium. Our next honoree, Melissa Mitzi Martin, completed credits toward an associate's degree in elementary education in 1989. She continued her education, earning a Bachelor of Science degree from Averett College in early elementary education in 1991. Mitzi retired at the end of this school year as a preschool teacher at Axton Elementary School with 31 years of service. Congratulations. Yes. A graduate of Laura Park High School, she began her teaching career at Sandville Elementary School in the first grade classroom and taught kindergarten and preschool at Irishburg Elementary before she started as a preschool teacher at Axton in 2010. Mitzi served as a secretary and member of the parent-teacher organization for 7 years. She has completed numerous professional development leadership activities, such as serving as the United Way campaign chairman at Axton Elementary and on the teacher advisory and hospitality committees. Mitzi was selected as the Axton Elementary Teacher of the Year in 2016 and was the first teacher selected by Henry County Public Schools to teach preschool-aged children. She is an active member at her church as a Sunday school teacher, nursery worker, and a children's church worker. Mitzi is involved with the church community meal program and joined the Dyer Store Fire Department to help with fundraising and community events. She's a member of Knit Wits, a group that knits and crochets hats, scarves, and afghans to give to those less fortunate, including those with cancer and other diseases. Mitzi attended P&HCC as an 18-year-old, unsure of her college plans, but is grateful for the opportunity to explore options. She did learn the direction she wanted to take in her life and learn the value of hard work. Mitzi remembers Joe King and Mr. Shirley cooking food in the crock pot during the day for their dinner when they had night classes. That never happened to me. She is also particularly indebted to professors Whitey Pitts, Joanne Armstrong, Marie Garrett, and the late Maureen Norman. Mitzi, congratulations on your retirement. We are honored to recognize you tonight. Please join us at the podium. Dr. Melissa Smith graduated from P&HCC in 1994 with an associate degree in nursing. She continued her education at Old Dominion University, earning a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing in 2001, a Master of Science degree in nursing in 2003, and a Doctor of Nursing Practice, DNP, in 2010. Melissa is a Carilion Clinic provider of family medicine and a preceptor for nurse practitioner students and doctoral candidates. She's also an adjunct professor and mentor at Old Dominion University in the Graduate Family Nurse Practitioner Program. A graduate of Bassett High School, she began her medical career as an intensive care and medical surgical unit nurse at Franklin Memorial Hospital before serving as a shift supervisor and preceptor. Melissa became the first hospitalist nurse practitioner at Franklin Memorial, as well as implementing the inpatient hospice and palliative care program and working closely with social workers, other nurses, and hospital management. She was also an occupational medical provider with WorkPoint Wellness, SOVA Occupational Medicine for 3 years. Melissa holds several licenses and is an American Heart Association Heart Saver instructor and a certified medical examiner for CDLs, commercial driver's licenses. She has volunteered with the Bassett High School Marching Band as a chaperone and as prop assistant. Okay. She also worked with local employers to hold job fairs and wellness clinics for their workers. Melissa fondly remembers her nursing professors, Betsy Ashbrook and Joe Gravely. We are so fortunate to have Melissa training our future medical professionals. Unfortunately, Melissa is unable to be with us this evening, but we will give her a round of applause.
Christie Walker. Christie earned her associate degree in general studies from P&HCC in 1993. She continued her education at James Madison University, earning a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration, Hospitality Management in 1994. Christie is an academic applications specialist IT at William & Mary. A graduate of Martinsville High School, she was a sales and events coordinator at the Holiday Inn Conference Center in Stanton and worked as an event coordinator at Ingleside Plantation. After working as a membership coordinator for Riverside Wellness and Fitness Center, she became a human resources administrator for Levi Strauss & Company. Christie found her way into higher education and has worked in the field for over 20 years. She was an education support specialist at Rappahannock Community College, where she found her passion for technology, mastering the learning management system, and providing student and faculty support. She served as chair for the Distance Learning and Instructional Technology Committee, as well as chair of the Professional Development Committee. Christie started her position at William & Mary in 2016 and developed new faculty orientations for e-learning services and technology applications. She serves as systems administrator and support for Blackboard, web conferencing, and the lecture capture system, as well as supporting the teaching and learning environment at William & Mary. Christie has helped organize STEM summit camps for her local community. She is a member of the Kiwanis Club of Middlesex County and volunteers with several organizations, including the Williamsburg House of Mercy. Christie has fond memories of dance spa and speech class in the Walker Fine Arts Building. She remembers taking notes from the overhead projector in Joanne Armstrong's psychology class. Christie's favorite history teacher was Colin Ferguson Sr., who always had interesting stories in class. She remembers using a cassette tape recorder in music appreciation class and listening to excerpts to take tests. Christie was a member of the Student Government Association and loved working with Jeff Porter. She appreciated the money saved while getting her associate's degree so she could move on to JMU. Both of her children were able to take dual enrollment classes while in high school, allowing them to have college credits they could transfer. Working in a community college for 15 years gave Christie valuable experience, which led to her current position at William & Mary. Christie, we are so proud that you have spent so many years in the higher education field. Please come to the podium. Jason Wood. Jason graduated from P&HCC in 1998 with an associate degree in science and general studies. He continued his education at Ferrum College, where he received a Bachelor of Science degree in physical education and sports medicine with a minor in biology in 2000. He earned a Master's of Science degree in educational leadership and supervision from Jones International University in 2006 and earned an educational specialist degree from Ferrum College in 2021. Jason is the Division Superintendent of Patrick County Public Schools. A graduate of Patrick County High School, he began his teaching career as a physical science teacher and assistant varsity basketball coach in Patrick County Schools in 2001. He also taught biology and earth science, served as the science department chair, and was the head varsity basketball coach at Field Collinsville High School before becoming the assistant principal and activities and athletic director at Bassett High School in 2004. Jason also served 3 years as the Piedmont District Athletic District Chair. He became the principal at Meadows of Dan Elementary School in Patrick County in 2014, and Meadows of Dan Elementary was recognized as a National Blue Ribbon School in 2021. Recently, he served Patrick County Public Schools as the Director of Operations and now as the Division Superintendent. Jason has served on the board of directors of Tri-Area Community Health and is currently a member of the Meadows of Dan Community Rueting Club, a volunteer coach for Parks and Recreation Sports, and the treasurer for Mountaintop Recreation Park in Meadows of Dan. Jason's fondest memories of his time at the college revolve around his 50-minute, one-way drive every day with his friends Kobe Hubbard and Travis Bash, who were in his wedding and remain his best friends. Favorite professors were Gail Wade, who guided him into loving to read and become a better writer, and John Buck, who brought history to life with his captivating stories, sitting on the edge of the desk telling them to us. The friends and experiences that Jason gained from playing intercollegiate basketball brought him amazing teammates and even better friends. Jeremy and Jason Wells were like brothers to him. He spent so much time at Troy Wells' home that they considered him another son. Coach Wells is best known for his stellar basketball coaching career at Martinsville High School. Marcus Seaton is another lifelong friend gained at the college and on the basketball court. Jay Gilbert would later become a colleague at Philadelphia Collinsville and Bassett High School, and his mentorship is one of the reasons Jason entered the education field. Jason, we are so proud that your success in education started at P&HCC. Please join us at the podium. Our final honoree this evening, Shawna Woods, earned her associate degree in Administration of Justice from P&HCC in 2000. She continued her education at Averett University, earning a Bachelor of Science degree in Liberal Studies with teacher licensure in 2002. She earned a Master of Education degree in Administration and Supervision from Liberty University in 2011. Shawna is the coordinator of assessment and English learners for Henry County Public Schools. A graduate of Magna Vista High School, she was a teacher at Rich Acres Elementary School for 13 years. She was the Rich Acres Elementary School Teacher of the Year and a second runner-up for Henry County Public Schools Teacher of the Year in 2013. She was the data coordinator for Henry County Public Schools, and in 2016, she became the assistant principal of instruction at Laurel Park Middle School and Philadelphia Collinsville Middle School. Shawna then served as president of Camel Court Elementary until moving into her current position in 2020. She has served on various education committees and is a member of the Association of Supervision and Curriculum Development, the American Association of School Administrators, the Virginia Council of Math Specialists, and the Virginia State Reading Association. Shawna is an active volunteer with United Way and the American Cancer Society. Shawna dealt with a very personal loss in her family during her last semester at college. She appreciated the opportunity to remain close to her family and home during this difficult time period. Her instructors displayed an incredible sense of compassion for her situation while holding her to the same academic standard that all others were held to. More than anything else, Shawna says that is the exact same style of teaching she worked hard to provide for her own students during her years as a classroom teacher. Shawna, we celebrate your achievements tonight. Please join us at the podium. On behalf of the P&HCC Foundation, I want to thank all of you for coming tonight. It has been a pleasure to be a part of this college's 14th annual Distinguished Alumni Dinner and to recognize so many exceptional individuals. All alums honored this evening, we ask that you please remain for group photos. Special recognition and thanks also goes to Simply the Best Florist and Ridgeway Farm Market for our beautiful flowers, to Randy Ferguson, he's in the back, for his video work, and to Kevin Hairston for his IT skills, to Lori Lobons for her photography services, and to Judy and the wait staff of Chatmoss Country Club for making our evening so special. At this time, I would like to ask Dr. Greg Hodges to the podium for our closing remarks.
Would you join me one more time in celebrating the accomplishments of our distinguished alumni class of 2020? As you've heard now, for 14 years, our college has celebrated the incredible achievements of those who've taken classes, many of whom have graduated with career study certificates, and degrees from our institution. We exist for one reason, and that is to get people employed into good paying jobs, and you see all around you tonight the efforts are paying off. So again, we thank you for being here tonight. All of our awardees, if you will make your way, will be dismissed in just a moment. If you'll make your way over to my left for group photos, and we'll get instructions there. Thank you for being here tonight. You are dismissed this evening.